Happy Saturday. Today is April 18th, 2026. Welcome back to the Life Skills for Children. It is really a good idea to start communicating with your child when they are young. Now, we all have hectic lifestyles. I'm sure your children or child has hectic lifestyles. So it's important that you pick a time where you can both concentrate on what you're talking about. Now, it's not always that easy. Your child might come to you while you're cooking supper or while you're doing laundry or while you're, driving the car. But if you can stop what you're doing and pay undivided attention to what your child wants to say, and sometimes they don't come to you. When we were going through the family divorce, my children didn't always want to talk to me. They were afraid of talking to me because their father was making, threats and things to scare them. So I would try to get them into bed a little bit earlier. Because what do children want to do? They want to prolong their bedtime. So I try to get them in bed a little bit earlier, and then I'd sit in the room separately. I'd go to the youngest first because he would fall asleep first. And, I would talk to him. Anything bothering you? And would you like to talk about anything? And sometimes he would say no, and other times he would say yes. And I'd say, well, let's talk. What's on your mind? And he would talk to me. So when your child is talking to you, try not to interrupt. Try to use your listening skills as best you can. Nod. Try to repeat back to them, to your child, perhaps, what I'm hearing you say is. And if they have a funny look on their face, read their body language. You can say, have I misinterpreted? Like maybe you should, can you just repeat it in a little different way? And then, you're communicating back and forth. And you let them know, once they're done, the child, that they're entitled to their feelings. You can certainly, if I were talking to my child, I'd probably say something like, I can certainly understand how you feel that way. And could it be that you've misunderstood something or, whatever? As a mother, mothers have instincts, and, sometimes fathers do, but the motherly instinct is pretty strong. So if you listen, if you let your child talk to you, and you listen, and then you try to talk to them when they're all done, and you communicate to them what you think you have heard, that will help them communicate even more if you've misinterpreted something. And when you tell your child that they are entitled to their feelings, that you're sorry that this happened to them, and that every problem has a solution. We just have to find it. Because I believe that. I used to use that with my children all the time. Every problem has a solution. We just have to find it. So you can, repeat things like that to your child. And it takes time. You have to be calm. Even if you're upset about what they're telling you, try to stay calm. Because especially in a marital situation, if I started to get angry at their father in front of the child and what they were telling me, they're going to clam up and they're not going to want to talk anymore. And perhaps you could tell them, this is totally confidential. I won't tell anyone. We can just work on this problem or issue or circumstance together, and maybe we can try a few things to see if it helps. Things like that. Your child might be feeling between a rock and a hard place. So it's really important to reassure the child in any way you can. And then you can start talking about possible solutions. You can ask your child, do you have any ideas how we can solve this? Do you have any ideas what you can do? And maybe they don't need to do anything. Maybe they just wanted to get it off their shoulders. And talking about it really helps that. As an adult, you probably know that. But maybe there are some solutions that you can come up with. Maybe the child did something they're not proud of, and you could say, well, maybe what can you do next time if something similar happens? And I'm sure that you can come up with a few ideas yourself. You're the parent, and you know your child best. So I hope you found some of these suggestions helpful. Have a wonderful evening. Hope to see you back tomorrow. Namaste.